comes up, I'll go get your dinner.
You'll have to turn your light on when you come over.
Oh, okay.
What the... Me and technology are not agreeing today.
No, Mommy, I'm going to the bathroom.
Okay, darling.
Is it going live?
Yes. I like how that's the standard for closing the bathroom door.
What's that?
Are we live?
Yeah.
Oh, he made a nice little drink train for us here. It's just one gigantic line going around everything.
Alright, let's see.
Is this your drink?
That is not... I don't know whose drink that is. He must have missed that when I sent him on the bottle collection.
Is this one ours?
Yeah.
Okay, so that one needs to go back tomorrow? The one in that chair?
That's not a hard drive. That's a
External
disc player.
Oh, okay. Oh, is that us?
Yep, that's us. Whew. Whew. That was close.
I like to live on the edge. I guess it's not so bad in here for as much as it's packed
As much
stuff.
as you've worked, yeah. Are we taking that candy to school tomorrow? Legit, if
The
we
kisses?
don't, yeah, if we
Oh,
don't,
those kisses. I thought you were talking about Easter.
no, those
yeah,
kisses.
we
'Cause
can't.
if those are here, I will eat them.
I haven't had a single one since they made it in the house.
I have a whole lot less
But I finished my
willpower
Cadbury candy, so.
from Christmas. It took you this long to get through 2 bags of that stuff.
Class was really bad for me. Somebody else is here.
Hello.
She put candy on the table every day.
What did she?
She did, and I ate most of it, and I should not have. I hope Charlie comes.
I hope Charlie comes too.
Because it'll
just
be a
for
waste
this.
of his money.
No, I don't need to put that on any other group. All right.
I wish there was a thing that we could show us who was here.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. I've thought about, of course, we don't really have a whole lot of trolls anymore. And our moderators are awesome. But I've thought about doing the Nightbot thing.
Just the night
But if we aren't very active on our Etsy or Amazon store or anything.
Yes, baby.
Hey, Goober.
Can I have the DVD disc so if the Minions movie is done and I still have time, I can watch
No,
it?
you'll be watching that. We'll be done before that. So.
Hey, Miss Nichols. How are you doing today?
Hello.
Hey, Goober. Can you push that in closer to Mommy? This light umbrella?
It's so bright outside.
Push it in closer. Keep coming. Keep coming.
I think he's stuck on something.
Hey, KB Fibers. How you doing today?
There
All right,
we
that's
go.
good. All right. So I'll give this to you.
Okay, hold this real
Because
quick.
that's your job. That's not my job.
Neither one of us have glasses on. So.
I don't even know where mine's at.
Mine are over there.
I hope you guys are doing well. I took them off to go swimming, and I forgot where I put them. We were fine. I feel really relaxed. Maybe it's because we went swimming this afternoon, but yeah, I just feel...
We didn't have to run anywhere today.
I feel at peace. Which is weird, especially for the last month. Have you ever gone to church and you walked out and you were upset you wore sandals because the preacher did nothing but dance on your feet? That's pretty much how today went.
I felt personally attacked.
Yeah. We've been really stressed out over this. Hey, Miss Carolyn, how are you?
Hello.
We've been really stressed out over finding a house because we still haven't heard back from the bank. They told us it was going to be 2 to 3 weeks.
This Wednesday is 2 weeks.
Yeah. because of COVID, which makes no sense, but whatever. To hear back. We still haven't, and we found a couple houses that worked perfect for what we wanted. We could still continue with off kilter. If we end up having to rent an apartment for the time being, it's going to severely limit what we can do for our plans as off kilter. So we're really praying for a house, and we found a couple that's perfect for us.
The big circle in the middle.
The one that I at least got my hopes up on. It had been on there for over 400 days, so I didn't see it was. Thank you, KB.
I didn't think it was going to go anywhere.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going anywhere, and then like the day, both of us were kind of like, okay, that's the one. That's what we're going for.
It was good.
Go to a mortgage broker. I may do that. My realtor was like, if you do it, get another estimate. Only go with one. Don't go with more. Only go with 2 total. Don't go with more than that because it can muddle things up.
I'll be right back.
And I know I only have a certain amount of time to be able to have them take a hard look at your credit without affecting it. Hey, Mama. So we found the one. We were both like, all right, this was it. They pretty much had remodeled the inside. The outside needed a little bit of work, but nothing major, nothing structural or anything. The roof was only a few years old. And it was sitting on 1.5 acres. And so, like, it was perfect for us. Like, out in the country, but only 3 minutes drive to the school. And, I mean, it was awesome. And that night, it moved from... It had 2 listings on Realtor.com. One went to contingent, one went to pending. I don't know what all that was about, but... So we were so stressed. We spent Friday night, like 3 hours driving around, looking at places. And there's not a whole lot we can do because we haven't got that pre-approval letter yet. And so, like, we just felt where we were at a loss. We didn't know what to do, what was going on. We know that there's plenty of apartments that if it came down to the wire and we just had to get somewhere, we could. But we don't want an apartment. And so, like, we were kind of, yesterday, we're like, let's just not worry about it until we get the yes or no from the bank and see what happens. So, we're sitting there in church, and the entire message this morning was on stop worrying about what you can't control and worry what you can control. Well, what I can control now is we can pack up non-essentials here. So if it happens that we're able to, we get it approved and we find a place and it can happen really, really, really fast. I know it typically doesn't, but hey, Miss Hall, I know it typically doesn't move that fast. Every now and then it does, and we could move it really quick. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to work on packing all non-essentials and just kind of, if we haven't used it, either get rid of it or we'll pack it depending on what it is. And
I packed a bunch today.
Yeah, and so that's what we're doing. I hope all is well with everybody. I know we had a couple more pop in. I need to look and see. I can't look. Let me see your phone. You got Credit Karma on there. Mm-hmm. I need to look and see when my last day to have a mortgage broker look at it. I may go ahead and do that. I don't think it'll show you. I think because you're secondary on there. I may go ahead and have a mortgage broker look at it. I know who's the money guy. Dave Ramsey. He has one that he promotes for low credit, no credit situations. If you've pretty much been using only cash for a while, which we have. We have 3 days. Okay, so maybe tonight I'll go ahead and do that. They could turn around, get a quick turnaround, possibly. I don't know. We'll see. What's really frustrating is there's so many 55 and older communities around here where we don't really want a mobile home because there's not a whole lot you can do to increase the value. Uh, Pretty much you could just keep it constant, you know. Rolling Homestead Wild Edibles in Wisconsin. Hello, buddy. How you doing today? So we don't really want a mobile home unless like that's all we can get. But the 55 and olders has stuff that's well within our price range. Well below our price range. Yeah.
Buy outright.
Yeah, there are a couple that we could just buy outright. But it's also in a 55 and older community, and one, you can't have your chickens in that situation. We really, if we're buying something, we want to be able to take our chickens. Yeah, we could get into rabbits and stuff, but that's not the same. You know, the chickens bring Hannah and Owen joy. They're funny to me, though. One of the mini Berthas, all the other ones have. I'm sorry, I'm jumping subjects. I know. You just have to bear with me.
It's been really bad this week for that.
Yes. We got rid of the roosters because he was a horn dog. And
so loud.
And, well, yeah, they were loud too. But, like, that was just a convenience issue of they just never shut up, like, at all. But it was really because they were abusing the girls. Most of them were healing. We have one that keep looking for the right fit. That's what we're planning on doing. If it gets sold, then that just means it wasn't meant to be, and one will pop up. Hey, what's going on? I was going to take kids swimming in the van, but somebody had to show a how-to video how to get rid of pools and vans. Hey, Charlie, what's up? Yeah. I pop up with random things. I know. That's what it's like to live in my head. God has a plan. Give this issue to God. Yeah, and that's what we were really challenged with today.
Yeah, I mean, we decided to stop looking Friday night.
Actively looking. I get on there because I just like, this is too addicting to me on my phone. But
today we just decided, but we were still worrying about it and stressing about it. Today we just decided, no.
Yeah. Thank you. We did that just for you, Charlie. Like, last minute, Hannah goes, do you know where the Velcro is? I go, oh, crap, I forgot about that. So, yeah. Oh, I meant to make a sign just in case.
For what?
Charlie, how's the beard situation? It is Cooter Rub on the wall. That was the whole reason I picked this one, because, let's see. That's Cooter Rub, yeah. Cooter Rub and Gator Sprinkle, but Gator Sprinkle's over there. How's the beard situation? Is it gone yet? Or was I able to talk some, I wouldn't say sense into Jean, because she's much smarter than I am. But, was I able to convince her?
It has been erased.
Oh. Let's take a moment to celebrate and mourn the loss of the beard from Wichita.
You're sad.
It's a big thing when a guy loses. It's kind of like a pirate getting his first earring. When a guy loses his beard, it is a somber and poignant moment.
Being informed that I no longer want a beard.
Yeah. All right. What Rolling Homestead say? I didn't see that.
Our homestead, we got God opened doors all the way. I looked at many before we got our place.
Good. Yeah, that's what we're hoping. Only issue with ours is there's a bit of a time crunch. But I may go ahead and do the mortgage lender tonight, the one Dave Ramsey promotes. Because so many of them are crooks. And so I'm really nervous about it. Like, I knew our bank was going to be okay because, well, they're our bank. If I trust them with my money the rest of the year, I may as well trust them with my house. But somehow them working at home because of COVID makes things take longer. So they're like, yeah, it could be 2 to 3 weeks, which is excruciating.
Coming up on 2 weeks.
Yeah, so I may go ahead and have someone else take a look at it too. Um, but yeah, we're just letting it all be in God's timing. And if it happens, it happens. If it don't, we'll just get um, an apartment for at least a year and really, really buckle down and save to where we could put a much larger down payment down. And hopefully that would be no issues because we have land that we can garden on.
Where?
So, well, I'm sure my mom would be thrilled to have a garden here. We could ask her, "Hey, Mama, could we have our garden here?" If not, I know your dad was talking about having a garden there. We could just give them ours and set up an automatic sprinkler and tend to it as need be. Uh, so, yeah, that was our big. I call myself a 2x4 Christian. You know, I don't respond to whispers and nudgings of the Holy Spirit. I gotta have a 2x4 cracked over my head, um, and I wouldn't call myself. She'll share the garden. See, um, I wouldn't call myself a depressive person. Never really dealt with anxiety in my life, but man, was it Saturday?
No, yes. Yeah, yesterday. Yes, he may.
Um, Man, like anxiety hit hard. I wanted to do nothing but sit down and veg out because it was overwhelming. I was just overwhelmed.
I got home from delivering eggs, and he's like, "I'm overwhelmed. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I don't know."
There's so much that we need to do that it's too much. Not for nothing. Hannah had a wee smile during the 2x4 over my head comment. Yeah, she'd probably like to swing it at times, I'm sure. But yeah, Owen had his soccer game, almost scored his first goal.
Scored one in practice.
He scored one in practice, but
he was super happy about that, though.
yeah.
He had a couple really good kicks.
Yeah, we have to get him to remember. I'm playing with Mario.
Oh.
Here, you can take it if you want. It's fine.
No, it's okay. You can.
It's all right.
Your peeps are on the table, baby.
Oh, I missed one.
I'm right there with you. I don't get too anxious too often. And Charlie says, "Heck yeah, Owen."
No, you can take it, buddy. It's fine.
Your peeps are on the table, darling.
Hey, Charlie Christmas. Sorry, what was I talking about? Owen score. Oh, we have to get him to understand that when you kick the ball, you need to follow the ball, not jump up and down, which he does.
He's so excited.
He jumps all the time. He gets excited. He spells a word right while we're practicing spelling for his test. He just jumps.
He does it at school too. That's how
excited.
his teacher knew he was sick a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because he didn't jump.
But he'll kick the ball and he'll just be so proud of himself that he kicked the ball that he jumps. And I'm like, buddy, I'm proud that you kicked the ball. You have to follow the ball, chase the ball, attack the ball. That's what we've been working on, attack the ball. And also we got to get him to stop running alongside the ball if somebody else has the ball. To take it. So, but other than that, the team has come so far since our first game.
They've all learned a lot.
They've started most of them. There's still one kid that he gets tunnel vision, but all the rest of them they've started looking for teammates, which is ridiculous for what, first grade through third grade.
What, these kids? These are kindergarten and first graders.
Oh, kindergarten and first graders.
Yeah.
Jump around crisscross style. That'll work. That or go some House of Pain. But yeah, I was shocked compared to the other team. These kids are really starting to come together, and there's only 2 teams. We actually have to share 2 of our players each week, and we just alternate because they've lost a couple
Which
players.
I don't understand, because every time we
show
give
up.
them 2, they always end up having more than us.
Yeah, I don't know. It's mainly to start the game out, I think. But it's fun. I would be interested to see them on an outdoor court because we're indoor soccer right now, and it's super condensed. because we're not on the entire court.
They made it smaller for them.
We took half court and we're going landscape with it.
Well, I mean, he's exhausted after his game. He wouldn't make it halfway through the game.
I think he would if it was on a bigger court because it's not going to be as crazy compact. We could say, hey, here's your quadrant, you stay here. Here's your quadrant, you stay here. And just kind of float that way. But I don't know. I struggle because I tend to take over. Is it indoor soccer with walls or a regular field with walls? It's a basketball court that they've marked for soccer. It was built as a multi-purpose room for the school, like a multi-purpose gym room kind of thing. It's not true indoor soccer with walls. That would be awesome. That would allow a whole lot more gameplay because we are forever stopping to have kick-ins. And so we're struggling with that. Yeah, basketball court. Hey, Lala Farm. Saw you were live. Want to jump on and say hi. Can't stay long. Dinner is almost ready. Oh, yum. What is dinner? We planned on dinner before, and it didn't work out. So we're having steak and eggs tonight.
Stupid Dollar General.
Yeah. Our Dollar General was out of our waters, so we had to go to another Dollar General and steal all theirs.
I mean, we paid.
Well, of course we paid. But, yeah, so it's been fun. Hannah finally got done with her classes, so we're able to breathe. Steak and shrimp with fried cabbage. Great minds think alike.
And you have...
What?
I'm looking at a calendar. You either have 3 or 4 more weeks of after school.
Oh, I don't even know. I just know on Thursdays I'm supposed to.
You have 4 more weeks of after school.
Okay.
And then we're done with staying late.
Yeah. Tonight with our steak, I am going to try the mayonnaise method. Apparently, if you coat it with mayonnaise before you season it and then sear, it's supposed to be absolutely insane. So I'm going to season with normal seasoning, just the salt, pepper, and garlic with the mayonnaise. If it works out really well, I'm going to try it with the black seasoning next time.
Oh, that way that's supposed to be good on steak. Mayonnaise is interesting. I used it on a grilled cheese one time. That wasn't bad.
I can't believe I went 33 years without ever eating mayonnaise.
I've tried to tell you.
It's so good.
In small doses.
Oh, yeah, I'm not talking about, like eat it by the spoonful.
Yeah, there's some people who do that. I like small doses.
Butter, salt, and pepper. That's typically what I use, except I add garlic powder. Unless I'm feeling real fancy, and then I'll go Gordon Ramsay style and have the cloves in the pan as I'm cooking it. But
Gordon Ramsay awesome.
Yeah, Guga Foods from Sous Vide Everything. And they're 2 channels. I don't know why he has 2 channels. They're both dealing with sous vide and cooking and stuff, but so it was on one of those 2, Guga Foods or Sous Vide Everything. That's where I first saw it, and then I saw another guy try it on the TikTok. I'm like, I'll try it. We do have a giant veal chop tomahawk. I've never had veal before, so we got to try that sometime.
That is the new logo coming on, Anna. I have not had time to sit down at my computer and work on it. I have it done in my sketchbook. I just need to get on my computer. But that class is done, so we're home on time almost every day.
Yeah.
So maybe I can work on that this weekend. Friday off.
Sounds good. It's so good. Like it fits us so much better than the logo that I created that we've used for 2 years. It's the one I did was not great, but it's all the ability I had at the time, so it works for what's going on. What's up, Shaky? How you doing, bud? I coached 5 and 7-year-old when my now 34-year-old son was on the team. It was a blast. You couldn't see the ball, just a mass of kids moving up and down the field. That was more true this week, but mainly because they were actually playing defense.
They really were.
Yeah, I'm really shocked because that's what I had in my mind was just a mob of children moving around like an amoeba in a petri dish. Mm-hmm. But these kids, we have one kid that he was like we knew he was good. Like you can watch him, like this kid's played before.
He's a sweet kid too.
But man, he juked one girl out of her shoes, like she fell, and I came up to him and I'm like, man, that was awesome. You made her fall. What's up, Ashley and Marky? How you doing? And I go, do you practice that at home? He goes, because he rarely talks. And I go, oh, so it's just natural? He goes, I've played on a team since I was 4. I'm like, oh, well, it shows.
One person said dealing with parents was the hardest part of coaching. That is the one nice thing about this league is the children's pastor that is over it. Is like he told us flat out at the beginning of the season, you yell at my coaches, my refs, you are out. I'll kick you out. You can come back next week and we'll try again. But they are volunteers and you are not going to treat them like that.
I was nervous about parents because I remember, I don't know, late 90s, like Sports Illustrated made a big article about Florida sports parents and how horrible it was. And this is a church league, so that helps. It's Upward Sports. It's not. It's based off Upward Sports. We use their materials and stuff, but it's not an actual Upwards league. But yeah, this guy I wouldn't want to. Want to go against. He's sweet
until
disposition and stuff. But I would not want to see him angry. So I don't think any parent would try.
And so far, from what we've heard, there hasn't been any issue with that.
Just had steak and salmon for dinner. That's Owen's dream right there.
Be in heaven. He's coaching my daughter's softball team this year, but I just wanted to focus on her.
Yeah, I get that. I can't wait till Owen decides to play baseball. He doesn't really have much of a desire at the moment.
He wants to play basketball.
And I'm stoked for that.
Since they announced that they're going to be running fall
I
basketball.
will be fighting to coach. I told him I would coach soccer, but I didn't know a whole lot about it. If you made me the coach, I'm going to run it like a basketball team. I have these kids playing a 1-3-1 zone defense. I run it like a basketball team because I don't know soccer. But if they coach basketball, I will raise a stink if they do not make me head coach for a basketball team.
He did say the other day, I want to play, but I don't know how. I said, they'll teach you. And he goes, oh, okay. And then he skipped off along his way.
Just for fun of the sport. Yeah.
Yes.
They, I am against no scorekeeping, anything like that. I think the kids need to learn how to win and how to lose. But I also understand if it's their first year, I could agree with that. That's fine. Teach them some fundamentals, get them liking the game. Then you can start worrying about winning and losing and all that stuff.
I still keep score.
Yeah, I try to, but I get too involved.
I keep score, but we've always told Owen, you win some, you lose some, just have fun. And he's pretty good about it. Like, he'll get disappointed if they lose, but he really does have fun.
He wants to know if this is your Haas connector. Yeah. So, I make her angry. She breaks this thing out. No, last week, this is where our remotes reside.
We keep losing them.
And Charlie from Christmas on Crestline was like, you should put random things up there. I said, okay. So this is our random submission of the week. We'll change it out every week until I get bored or forget.
It's like a weird abstract art thing going on here.
Yeah, well, I wanted to make sure that I made it asymmetrical because I really didn't want it looking like stuff. Agree, Haas. Yeah, so if we can keep them controlled, parents and everything, then
most of our parents are they're really sweet.
Yeah.
Like, they're...
It's awesome wall art. Yeah, the closest I've had, and it wasn't an issue, it was, we were trying to get the kids to understand, hey, you can't just either kick it in yourself and follow along with it, or you can't try to score or anything. You have to, if you're kicking in, you have to kick it to one of your teammates. And I was telling a kid, hey, buddy, you got to kick it this way. You got to kick it to one of your teammates. Because he was going to try to score from the inbounds. And his dad sitting behind him goes, oh, yeah, do that instead. And so, yeah, I mean, there wasn't anything malicious behind it. He was just being fun. But Yeah, I've enjoyed it. I didn't think I was going to like soccer nearly as much as I do. Owen and I were even watching an Arsenal versus Chelsea game today because Chelsea is his team, which bummed me out. I wanted Arsenal, but no, we got Chelsea, and it's fun. I really enjoy it. I wish I would have grown up playing it. Not that I think it would have taken over baseball and basketball and football, because those are really where my heart lies in playing. But um, I would love to. I'd love to find not even a league, just an outing of a bunch of old fat guys that want to get a little exercise and maybe learn a new game, and let's just go out and play for an hour or two a week. What?
You gonna run the bases?
Well, no, I'm talking soccer. I'm talking soccer.
I thought you were talking baseball, and I'm just like,
hey,
that
Mullet
just
Ranch.
sounds mean. Hit the ball, now run.
No,
You're not allowed to
soccer.
stop
They're going to be
till you run.
running, but I can't play baseball. I jacked my shoulder up in middle school, which is why I stopped playing baseball. So I can't play baseball or softball or anything, which bums me out. But yeah, I even tried talking. I'm a mentor at school, and I was talking with my mentee, and I was like, hey, what would you think if I got a group together of kids that aren't going out for the sports teams, maybe because they're a little self-conscious or they don't think they're good enough or they're not in good enough shape. And it's just like, hey, let's get together and love the game for the game and just let's play it, even if we have to learn it. And he goes, yeah, that'd be really cool. But I don't know how to market it to the school. Without people thinking, oh, this is the fat club. I don't want that. And I also don't want to attract the, hey there, David, how you doing today?
You don't want to attract the kids who do play
I don't want to attract the all-star athletes because we have a kid at our school. We have two kids. One is in my class. He's probably the fastest kid I've ever seen in my life. And I've been around some fast people. And he's a big baseball player. I don't want to attract him, and I don't want to attract another kid that they're looking at him now. They're like, if he's going to get out of Wauchula, he's going to get out for football. I mean, he's in middle school, and there's already like lower level college scouts kind of keeping an eye on him. Not scouting him because you can't scout in middle school, but they're like, they know his name. I don't want to attract them to the group, but I don't know how to do that without it being like, hey, no, you can't come here because you're too good and you're too good a shape.
Try out for a team and just not make it. This is
Yeah.
the place for you.
Yeah. Oh, we could call it the Replacements.
Oh, jeez. Take a bunch of kids who already have a complex and make it larger.
Well, maybe. Well, I guess we can't really show the movie The Replacements, can we? Old fat guys. I qualify for that team. I think I would love to do that. Maybe I'll put that out on Facebook Marketplace. Be like, look, I want to do that. I want to get healthy. I did buy. Oh, I'm not getting up and get that. Prime example of why I am the way I am. I am too lazy to get my butt up and walk across the room to get something to show y'all. I bought an adjustable weight 8X club, or mace. Sorry, mace. And that will kick your butt. I was the carpentry teacher and build a few cornhole games, then put them out in my room and would call a few games call a few of the quiet kids over and stay games and go sit down and watch the tournament begin. That would be really cool. We could call them the joint replacements. Oh, that's wonderful. If we had a couple teams and that's all it was, yeah. Maybe that's my next dopamine chase.
Stick with my art club. You do your thing. Have fun.
I'll get raised to Master Mason in May, and then my next goal is to start a fat guy sports league. That could be my next dopamine chasing thing. That's cool. That's really neat that you were a carpentry teacher.
You just can't be satisfied with one thing. You already have to think about the next before you even finish or have fully had the first thing.
I'm not leaving social studies to teach carpentry.
That's not what I was talking about. When I finish Masons, I'll go do this. Just finish something. Then decide. Be happy with what you have.
Oh, I am happy. No, I was saying that as a joke.
You jump from one thing to another before
I
you've
was saying
had
that as a
time
joke.
to be grateful for the first thing. It's a hard life. So stressful.
But yeah, that's really cool. You're a carpenter teacher. That's a skill I've never been able to get a hold of. Hannah, he is. Yep. That's a skill I've never been able to get a hold of, and it's. I don't know how to. Words are hard tonight. It blows me away with the skill and what y'all are able to do once you learn how to do it. It's just something that's never clicked right in my head. I'll be your virtual fat guy cheerleader, Haas. It's a 3-hour drive from me for South. Well, let's drive for an hour and a half. No, that's too long. Sorry. If I'm too lazy to walk across the room, I'm not driving for an hour and a half to go run around a game. I run around a field and breathe heavy. I'm not about to do that, but I'll accept the virtual cheerleading. Please don't put us on the uniform. We don't want to see that. Anyway, where was I? I'm lost.
I don't know anymore.
Hola Haas, what's the tea? Oh goodness gracious, you weren't in that live the other night. I believe it was Ashley and Marquise. They were talking about their daughter learned or was using some modern slang, and Sonny's place, and I was unloading education. Why don't you get the Masons and the Demolay to play against each other? We don't have a Demolay. They used to way back in the day. There's just not enough interest. I think there's really only one kid in the area that would be interested, and that's the son of our junior warden. Yeah, junior warden. Thank you. Are you sure you're not in the Masons?
You make me go.
And then Owen's too small, but there's other things you can do that will make you breathe heavy. Yeah. But
your mom said, "Oh, Hannah, he's his father's son. That's for sure."
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. Oh, I was talking about me and Emma were laying the lingo smackdown on Mulberry Branch live the other night. I don't get I don't know. I've reached the point of being old enough to where I can say old things. Like, I don't get what the youths are saying.
What the youths are
the
saying?
youths are saying. Like, it annoys me because the bet annoys, like, that one angers me. But what's the tea? That makes no sense to my brain. Like, I understand. You sit down, you have some tea. What's up, CJM Farms? How you doing today? Just wanted... How you guys doing? Off to go see my mom and dad. Just wanted to say hello. I miss you guys. Keep up the good work. Thank you, buddy. You stay safe on them roads. I am young. Chronologically. Mentally, I am not. I am way past... I've always been an old soul. I mean, growing up, my favorite musician was John Mellencamp and Loretta Lynn, and John Mellencamp's fallen off a little bit, but hey, David McCoy, how you doing? Hope I said that right. McGahee? I don't know. I had one of my best friends growing up, his last name was Hoy, and it was spelled like years after the Mick. But then the Mick may be able to, I don't know. What was I saying? Oh, I'm old. What? So yeah, I've always been much older than everybody else. I don't get the slang. My youngest is constantly using bussin'. That's not a good term. Just from what I can see on the TikTok, and I say that on purpose like that. That's not a good term. Yeah, go to Urban Dictionary. Let's let everybody know what it means. I'm gonna take the computer from me real quick. That's moving kind of fast.
A word to describe something amazing or just plain awesome.
Oh.
Or when. So yeah, something is really good.
Oh, okay. It just means really good. That's not the context I get from the videos that I see on TikTok with it. Gene Lives and Dies by Mellencamp. All right. Is probably my. I don't know if it's my favorite album. It's one of the most influential albums in my music history. I love early Mellencamp. Walk Tall, I liked. After that, he kind of fell off a little bit with me, but Walk Tall and everything before, I love. Um, for years, I would say he was my favorite. And then I really got into Jason Mraz and I saw the different fusions he was doing and the way he was writing music, and it was all so positive. Um, and I think I've gravitated more towards the pure positive music anymore. Um, unless I'm in like, metal phase move. Yeah, but like Jason Mraz and Colby Calais and Madish Yahoo and people like that, I've really kind of found myself in that lane recently. Uh, it's McGahee. Okay, cool. Um, my wife tells me all the time I was born 40 years late. I get that. My kids will say, Mr. Laughlin, if you could go to any time period in the world, when would it be? And I said, as far back as I can get and still have air conditioning. Because I want to be able to be comfortable and enjoy people like, Buddy Holly and, uh, go through all the Golden Country and early rock. And I could skip over disco and like the latter half of Motown. Early Motown, I'm all about. Latter half of Motown, I'm not really involved with, and I hate disco. Disco is an aberration on the planet, and all that stuff. But my kids were 16 when I had to look up hooking up. It meant meeting up when I was a kid. Oh yeah, definitely not today.
Mean that anymore.
I still love the song "Small Town" by JCM. Yeah, he's on my list to see before he's done. Small Town. I grew up in rural Indiana, so like his music it runs through my veins. Like it relates to me on a much deeper level, especially when you start seeing how a lot of the farmers in my area, what they had to deal with and stuff, and then you hear Rain on the Scarecrow, and you're just like, holy crap, this guy is the Hoosier Nostradamus. But yeah, I don't know, taste change. I love listening to this old stuff. I play it for Owen and stuff. I just a lot of his newer stuff. I guess, he's always been political, so that's not it. But it'll show up here in a second.
2019.
It was her 7th and my first. I still have. All right, buddy. You have a good one. Hope it's tastes delicious. I still have a VHS. I don't know how my parents got it, where they recorded it, or I don't know, but it's one of his concerts from like 88, 89. And I still have it on VHS, or my parents have it right now. But I grew up on late 70s, all 80s, early 90s country and old country from my grandparents. I love most types of music. I love everything but opera,
disco,
female opera. You get a good male opera singer, and I'll listen to it all day. So female opera, disco,
Norwegian death metal.
Yeah.
I feel like that was on the list.
At one point it was.
Yeah.
I'm really picky. I'm picky within genres. I'll listen to death metal, but there's certain bands I won't listen to. If I had to go with metal, it'd probably be more deathcore than actual like black metal. I was in a big country. Everything operates in like phases for me. Past week and a half, I've been on a big 90s country kick, 80s, 90s country, that's my favorite time. Starting with like early George Strait, and then working all the way through. I'd say 2002, 2003. uh, May like a few songs, but not all exactly. Or I will throw out an entire band because I hate one person in the band so much. I will not listen to Guns N' Roses. If it comes on the radio, I'll shut it off. That's not to say I don't think they had good music. I think Slash is one of the most creative and talented, underrated guitarists of all time. I love his stuff with Velvet Revolver. Axl Rose is such a tool that he ruins the entire band for me. I'm with you, Haas, minus the death metal. I don't have much use for it. Metal is actually Owen's favorite genre.
He loves it.
I put something
He's
on.
got a couple of favorite artists outside of that. Like, he loves Jason Mraz and Ed Sheeran. Mm-hmm. But he loves metal. He wants to rock on.
Yeah, he calls it rock on. We had somebody playing. Was it Metallica? And he goes, Daddy, this is soft. I don't want soft. I want hard rock on. I'm like, oh, okay, buddy. So, I'm very picky with what I let him listen to. I make sure that it's good, both in quality and content. Mm-hmm. And there's not a whole lot of like brutal music that you can let a 6-year-old listen to and it'll be okay content-wise. So I'm very picky.
You listen to a lot of Christian metal with him. That's what you've settled on. I
started getting back into my Christian metal days, which was really like my junior year in high school, and that was about it. I kind of got out of that. And I picked back up again the band for today, and they're pretty solid. I really like stuff like blues and jazz. Love sax, harmonica, steel guitar, those sounds. Oh, I totally get that. There's a modern, like, bluesy guy. I'm trying to think of his name. Can't think of it off the top of my head. But yeah, I really get into blues. I get into jazz and stuff, too. Especially this experimental stuff. Like Bella Fleck and the Flecktones. If you've never heard them, check out their album Flight of the Cosmic Hippo. It's just weird enough. Like, it's well done. Like, you could be like, oh, these guys are crazy talented. But it's just weird enough where you have to keep listening because you want to know what's coming next. But it's really good. That's more jazzy, not so much blues, but I get into blues a lot too. Ouch. Yeah, you don't like blues. No. And you don't really like any offshoot. Like, early rock you don't get into. I play Jerry Lee Lewis, which is, early rock. I guess you could say more rockabilly with him. But still, you don't get into that either. You're weird. You just want your pop punk.
It's fun for me.
Yeah. Wow, that was a detour. I don't know how we got around to music.
I don't know.
We went from house hunting to soccer to
a little bit of food
to you cracking me in the head with the hammer to food to music to you'll enjoy it. If you like some jazzy stuff, you're gonna really like Flight of the Cosmic Hippo. I got that from a pastor friend. He opened my eyes to a lot. He was moving, and so my mom was helping him sell a bunch of stuff. He's like, hey, go over through that album stack there, and if you want it, you can have it. And I'm like, sweet. And so I took everything, and I'm like, I'll listen to it all. Yeah, I found Bella Fleck, and that guy's, you never know where it's coming from.
One says I'm looking at the Flight of the Cosmic Hippo now.
All right, so our garden.
I've got a pineapple coming.
I messaged Marianne today, so she sponsored our. I'm always down for some Southern rock. If you want some more like modern stuff, Whiskey Myers, Whitey Morgan in the 77s. Those are some pretty good stuff. So, Marianne was sponsoring our winter garden, and we had the whole greenhouse. We had the whole greenhouse filled with seeds. They were starting to grow, and it died because we got a wicked, unexpected cold snap, and it killed everything in the greenhouse.
We even tried hooking up the chicken lamp, which helped a little.
Yeah.
But then it just...
That took a lot of the wind out of our sails, and then we started looking for houses. Hannah had to take a class, English language learners class for teaching.
For 3 weeks.
I had my after-school teaching. We were dealing with soccer. We were dealing with the Masons.
It was everything all at once.
And the eternal optimist in me was like, oh, we'll still get it planted. We'll still get it planted. And it turned out where that just didn't happen. And so I messaged Mary today, and as awesome and gracious as she always is, she came back and she goes, don't worry about it. I totally get it, because I said, just give me an invoice and I'll pay you for what you sent me. And she goes, yeah, don't worry about that. So I said we're still going to be planting it in the fall, no matter where we are. If it's in we hope it's in our own legit first real house, or if we have to be in an apartment, it'll be on land. So, yeah, the garden is non-existent.
Except for the pineapple plants, that's really all we have.
But hopefully this fall, because we don't grow anything in the summer. It's just way too hot here.
Yeah, it just wilts, no matter how much you water it.
Yeah.
We said, or homestead projects. We're looking at new ideas for our chicken coop. That's about it.
Yeah. There's a few different ideas for chicken coops. I have a space heater in my greenhouse. Okay.
Oh, he said about wind and rain. That's another reason why we don't do a summer garden is for like the month of June.
Yeah.
It's all rain, where the last time we had a garden at that time of year, it was so saturated, it all pretty much just died.
It drowned.
It just drowned everything.
I wanted to build a solar heater for my greenhouse, but it's been warm enough for now. Oh, very good. She's a really great individual and always helping her friends and customers. She is.
She's great.
If I find a company that I know is just run by great people and they have great customer service, I will promote them until I run out of words. And she's one of those companies. I'm always going to be promoting Mary's Heirloom Seeds. Incredible. Speaking of which, Mr. Charlie's never told us what he wanted to grow, because we were gonna buy his garden.
He did just say on the plus
Plus
side.
Yeah.
That you might be able, depending on where we go, if we can take the pool, you'll be able to do a video on how easy it is to take down and put back up.
Yeah, I saw that the other day, and I'm like, holy crap! I never expected that video to take off like it did, but it did. I mean, that's the reason why my watch hours were met and everything like that was that one video. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Hopefully, I get the bug again to really start producing. And I think if we had our new house and we actually have a lot of projects to do, then I think videos would come back very easily for me. Right now, I'm just struggling for ideas. I think out of like 10 or 15 companies I've used, I like 2 I did not like as much. Yeah, there's been a couple I've heard about, and I need to start looking at hatcheries. I know Happy Feet's pretty good. Oh yeah, Jean was asking about the garden today. It seems she is wanting tomatoes and green peppers. I got you. We will get that sent to you ASAP. Along with a couple other special things for you. We're into companion planting and stuff. Miss Carolyn, I did see your DMLA chapters in my area. I'll take a look at that, and see what the nearest one. There's probably one in Lakeland, which is a little far, but that's probably going to be the closest one. But yeah, do you deal with rabbits or deer showing up? Probably not deer so much, but do you deal with rabbits chomping on things in your area? Or the... Never mind. I don't know where I was going with that. Rabbits are everywhere in our backyard. All right, so
marigolds.
We'll put some marigolds in there. We'll get you some hot peppers too.
Marigolds are magnificent to keep rabbits and deer away.
Yeah, they don't like the smell. They don't like the... I guess it's the smell because they stay away. We deal with rabbits bad and never had an issue. So far this year, I've been building a rotating compost barrel, worm bins, and my raised bed garden. I've been getting into doing more wood projects like building a chair and planters. Very cool. I would love to get into worms one day. If nothing more than just for their castings. Hot peppers, yep. She doesn't have any of the super hot stuff, but we'll get you some interesting ones. One, just because I'm a jerk and it makes me laugh. So you won't be able to show that one on any kind of social media. They get shut down pretty quick. But yeah, I'm gonna send it to you. Just for giggles. Squirrels eat garden and fruits every year.
See, that's the one problem we don't have is squirrels here. Like, they're around, but we don't have any trees on our actual property. So I
never thought about it. That's probably why we don't have issues with them with the garden. But we're surrounded by scrubs.
I mean, you see them running around in there, but they never come into our yard.
Yeah. I don't know what you could do for squirrels in the garden. I pretty well figured out how to take care of them with bird feeders. But in the garden, I don't know. Huh. I know, Mama, are you still in here? How did you all deal with
yeah, because she's got
squirrels
lots
in
of
your garden?
squirrels.
She feeds the squirrels. That sounds disgusting. Watermelon flavored white fudge
Hot
with a
peppers.
sour kick.
Cayenne pepper on the leaves of the plants.
Ew. Can I smell?
My mom says she's trying to comment and it won't let her.
I think they blocked me. No, nobody's blocked you. We had an odd worm thing the other day. Worms lined the streets for the entire day. It was all over the neighborhood. I assumed it was due to the earthquakes. That's a good possibility. I planted corn a few years back, and the squirrels ate the crop in one day. That's crazy.
Which one?
Is it good? Okay.
Try
I'm
it.
growing like 40 to 50 types of peppers this year. Most are medium hot from cayenne to Scotch bonnet. A few super hots and a few sweet peppers. Very cool. We haven't had much luck with peppers. Give me the box.
It's
Oh,
It's sour watermelon.
that is atrocious. Give Mommy a bite.
Oh, why?
You may like it. Remember, I have weird... If you see this in the store and you think, oh, that's interesting, I think we should get that.
I actually kind of do
Don't.
like that.
Oh, that's...
It's like a chocolate,
I was about
Jolly
to get
Rancher.
a blueberry one.
It's like a chocolate Jolly Rancher.
It's
Whoa.
good.
All right. We've never had much luck with peppers. Hopefully, when we get to our new spot, we can plant in the shade. I think that's the biggest issue we have here is there's no shade. That's how I dealt with them. I fed them. I didn't want my garden. Yeah, she to the point where I felt fine making fun of her about how much she fed her squirrels. Yeah, she fed her squirrels. So I guess that is true. If you feed them enough, then they're not going to want anything else. Stuff them with squirrel food, and they leave the crops alone. And you have the benefits of being married to an electrical engineer. That's disgusting. Gift to Mama.
It wasn't that bad.
Oh, I thought that was horrible.
She said like a chocolate watermelon Jolly Rancher.
Yeah, I'll stick with my.
I mean, it's a little weird on the back end.
Strawberry. Owen.
Poor child.
What was I saying? Oh, you have the benefit of being married to an electrical engineer. Can you get me some of those Hershey Kisses? Because then you could go all Mark Rober with it.
I was about to get a blueberry one of those.
Now these, on the other hand, they're strawberry ice cream cone, are freaking delicious. Enough that here, take the whole bag. I don't want all of them. Enough that we are taking them to school tomorrow, so they are out of the house because I will not resist them. They are yummy. But yeah, I'm sure she could set up something like a laser trip system with tiny tranquilizer darts. God knew what he was doing when he made me an idiot, because I would have killed myself over numerous times coming up with some random over-the-top solution to a very simple problem. You're going to have to read out loud. I'm rudely chewing.
It says, that's my brother-in-law's favorite squirrel video. I told Jean's mom about it this morning, actually.
Yeah, that's a good one. That was my introduction to Mark Rober. And now he's become a personal hero. I love everything that man does. But, all right, sweetie, we have been on here for over an hour. We still got to cook dinner.
Yes, I'm hungry.
I'm having fun, but
I'm hungry.
We're hungry. So I think we're going to go ahead and call it a night. Thank you all for coming in. I love these when we get talking and stuff, and it doesn't even have to be about homesteading. It's just cool hanging out with y'all. It's oddly neat music. It's like hippie, trippy, jazzy, and bluesy. Totally. But then he'll flip the script and he'll go and he'll do like Americana country. Like he's as bad as I am in my normal life with ADHD. He's that way musically. So anyway, see y'all next weekend. Good night. Everything like that. So y'all be easy.
Bye.
Bye.